With President Trump refusing to take federal action to curb the spread of coronavirus and totally and completely unwilling, or perhaps completely unable, to play the part of a national unifier, we get to see how things would be if the Articles of Confederation weren't replaced in 1789.
And this is their new hoax.
In this series, we will rate each governor on their COVID-19 response, and we will go state by state and give scores in 5 categories on a scale of 1 to 10. The categories are the following: quickness of the response, the substance of the response, the current progression of cases, reopening efforts, and testing capability. At the end, we'll average these scores up and give them a grade, and the grade scale is the following: 9 to 10 is an A, 7 to 8 is a B, 5 to 6 is a C, 4 is a D, and 1 to 3 is an F. And remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get right into the video. Our third state is the great state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is known as the Keystone State because of its very important part in shaping America economically, socially, and politically. Due to being rich in natural resources and being connected to the Midwest through the Great Lakes and the Atlantic through the Delaware River, Pennsylvania has become an economic powerhouse with the 22nd largest GDP in the world. Pennsylvania isn't just rich in resources, it's rich in American history and is home to some of the greatest things about this nation: Hershey's chocolate, Quaker's oats, and Michael Scott. The leader of our pack tonight is none other than Governor Tom Wolf.
Thank you all for joining me.
Our first category is quickness of the response. On March 6, Pennsylvania confirmed its first 2 COVID-19 cases in the state. 6 days later, Governor Wolf announced that schools would be closed for the rest of the year. A few days after that, Governor Wolf ordered a statewide shutdown of all non-life-sustaining businesses. Up until April 1st, Wolf was giving stay-at-home orders to individual counties. On April 1st, he gave a statewide stay-at-home order with the state police enforcing his order. Governor Wolf absolutely nailed the order, and the timing was perfect and is largely why Pennsylvania is beating coronavirus. Tom Wolf gets our first 10 out of 10.
Thank you all.
Our second category is substance of the response. Governor Wolf's response was quick and concise, but it was also very substantial. Governor Wolf made sure all schools moved online immediately. He changed certain elements of his order week by week to make sure that it was accommodating to the needs of Pennsylvania residents. He also enlisted the help of the state police to enforce the shutdown order on defiant businesses. The one flaw in Wolf's order was perhaps it was too far-reaching. Pennsylvania was the only state that restricted home building as part of a stay-at-home order, but because this most certainly helped people avoid infection, this will not cost Governor Wolf any points. Governor Wolf will get a 10 out of 10. Our third category is progression of cases. As of May 25th, the curve has flattened in Pennsylvania. It hasn't just flattened. It has been absolutely crushed. As we've discussed before, Pennsylvania and Illinois had the same amount of people relatively, but while Illinois has over 100,000 cases, Pennsylvania only has 71,000 cases. Pennsylvania has an F in social distancing according to cell phone data, but when we look a bit closer at the data, we'll see that before parts of the state went into phase yellow of the reopening process, Pennsylvania had a C, which makes it the only US state with a score above a D+. While I have my concerns about cases surging after Memorial Day, cases did not surge immediately after Easter. Governor Wolf will score another 10 out of 10. The next category is reopening efforts. On April 17th, Governor Wolf outlined the standards the administration will use for reopening the state. It was a 3-part system that involved transitioning individual counties and regions from red to yellow, and then into green independently of each other. This allows the center of the state, which is more rural, to have eased restrictions to restart their economies, while being able to handle Philadelphia and the surrounding area with a different approach. Even after a county goes green, there are still restrictions in place, such as gyms, hair salons, and barbershops have to be appointment only. Masks are still required in grocery stores and in all businesses. This is a complete data-driven approach, and if a county sees an outbreak, then they will go back a phase. This is the best reopening approach I have seen across the country. Governor Wolf will score yet another 10 out of 10. He is flawless so far, but can he stick the landing? Our last category is testing. Pennsylvania has tested the 10th most out of all 50 states, but when viewed from a per capita of 1,000, Pennsylvania ranks 41st with only 31 tests for every 1,000 people, 12 tests below the national average. With the discovery that Pennsylvania's health department has been counting positive antibody tests with viral tests, perhaps to cover up the lack of testing, this really calls into question how good or bad the situation is in Pennsylvania. The situation could be extraordinarily worse than what we know because of the lack of testing, or the situation could be not nearly as bad because they're counting positive antibody tests. Reporting positive antibody tests with viral tests skews real-time understanding of just how prevalent COVID-19 is in a community. Pennsylvania is one of 3 other states that reports positive antibody tests with positive viral tests. If you're confused, you're not alone. The governor's office did not respond to a request for a comment. Governor Wolf, you get a 1 out of 10 for the disaster that is testing in your state. And now the final score. Governor Wolf's final score is an 8.2, which is good for a B. If all governors repeated all of Tom Wolf's steps in their states, America would not be in the horrible situation that it's in. B.